Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and Happy New Year. Well, not quite New Year's yet, we still have a couple days left. I received a package that we're going to be unboxing here after we talk about Right to Repair and Right to Repair compliance and this TM50 that I did a teardown of, which I will link the teardown in videos in the description. Let's talk about this first and it will lead into Right to Repair compliance. So this is a V-tek TM50 tape out controller. It is used to reseal chips in a tape. I purchased this for my BPM Microsystems 3800 production programmer to be able to use the tape out function. I just needed the controller because I need to make something more compact than the options that V-tek offers. So I just needed the controller. So I found a used controller. These range anywhere between $150 to $500 maybe. So I bought one. I picked this one up, I think $100. I did the teardown. On the teardown, I noticed the microcontroller said static. So I contacted V-tek to see about getting the I/O pinouts and an updated firmware. And basically they told me the circuit board, the main boards and stuff are the same. The only way they offer firmware is a programmed microcontroller. That programmed microcontroller costs $80. Okay, I paid $100 for this. Okay, but there was a little gotcha with their $80 charge. They wanted a $150 minimum order. So it's either forced me to buy, reels, tape, trays, whatever, spend $150 or buy 2 microcontrollers, which, if we're buying this equipment, the people that are using this have the ability to program a microcontroller. So I was like, okay, well, what about the I/O pinouts? And they said that was proprietary and confidential information. A little bit back and forth. I was like, it's not really that proprietary. If I had one OEM version and one with the custom static firmware, I could, look at them. But I'm not going to go out and buy another one just to get the pinouts of the OEM to the static. And they provided me some pinouts, but they weren't. They didn't provide the pinouts for the OEM, which I waited, and I was like, okay, well, I need the pinouts for where it goes to hooks up to the main board, and the other I/O on it where it hooks up to the peripherals, to the heater and stepper motor and everything. And it was crickets. So I'm like, oh man, here we go. Time to be invoking Right to Repair. So that's what I did. I looked up who the CEO of the company was. This is a pretty small company, one of the smallest I've hit with Right to Repair. His name is Mitch Jacobs. He seemed like a really reasonable person on the telephone. And I explained to him Right to Repair. I explained to him he is in Minnesota, so he still has to follow Minnesota Right to Repair laws, which are, they're pretty good Right to Repair laws. And he still, since this was sold and used in Oregon, and I am a repair shop in Oregon and California, business nexuses, I have a physical presence in Oregon. I am going to request the TM50 schematics, firmware, for just the TM50 initially. And he basically said he didn't feel comfortable providing those right now. And he wanted to research Right to Repair. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to be sending a full repair request, or a full document and firmware request now for everything. Because as I say, I give them the opportunity to provide what I need. If they don't do that, I go for the whole kettle. And I sent my request. And now let's talk about Right to Repair compliance and why I have an envelope and I'm just not showing you a website where schematics and everything else are provided. So about 2.5 weeks later, last week, he calls me up and he's like, I reviewed your right to repair everything, and he decided, well, yeah, we're going to provide you the information you requested. I will provide it to you on a flash drive. Send me a shipping label or provide me a UPS account number. I said, I'll just send you a shipping label. Hence, that's why it is a priority mail return label. And I have no problem if a company chooses to comply with right to repair if they want to send physical media. I have spoken with many CEOs, many technical departments, and they don't feel comfortable creating a website, maintaining a website. They would rather just, if there's an option to send physical media, to send the physical media. I don't mind paying for that physical media or the postage. That is 100% acceptable. And it is acceptable in right to repair. So let's pull up Oregon's right to repair here. And here it is. Fair and reasonable terms means, let me get rid of his picture. Don't need to be looking at him. And this is fair and reasonable terms. Make documents available at no charge, which I spoke out against this no charge. And I keep saying that. I did not agree with the no charge, but after speaking with some lawmakers and speaking with other people, and the stories they've received from other businesses and repair shops, the no charge is a must, because you get companies out there and like, oh yeah, we'll provide you schematics. You know, it's a $300 item, but we want $1,000 for the schematics and firmware. No, that's not fair and reasonable. So to prevent price gouging in that, no charge. Except that the original equipment manufacturer may charge for the reasonable and actual costs of printing, preparing, and sending, or preparing or sending documentation that the person requests in print. So in my requests, I take the model legislation, which is California's, and California allows them to provide physical media, CD-ROMs, whatever. And you don't have to request it. If the company only wants to provide it in that format, that's fine. But Oregon, it says that the person has to request it. But I don't mind paying for shipping, flash drives, actual paper. That is compliant. It takes a little bit more time, but I understand a lot of these companies, they don't want to provide a digital copy. That's fine. We can work around that. We can deal with it. I don't mind keeping the information confidential. That is fine. If the company says don't publish the documents in full, I will not publish the documents in full. They still retain their copyright. I'm not going to publish the documents in full, but I explained to them, yes, we will agree to that, but we still have fair use. If I want to do a video, if I want to use a section of it to explain to somebody online, I have fair use. So let's check out what's in this envelope. We don't need this reel of chips up here. We can take that down. I have a USB drive right here. I'm going to plug this in. This is just the dongle for a machine. It should pop up. There it is. Okay, so you see the files that are on that. Now you know this is connected. Let's see what Mitch sent me. He seemed like a really nice fella. Some CEOs are, I don't understand them. They are just plain out rude, and I will not deal with rude people. I would just rather file the complaint with the Attorney General. And the Oregon Attorney General, I believe, was the speaker that handled the passage of Right to Repair. And then now he's the Attorney General elect, Dan Rayfield, and he seems really good on Right to Repair, and I think he's going to enforce it. I hope he enforces it. So I have this package here. Once I cut it, I'm committed to this video. So let's see what Mitch sent me. And like I said, I asked for a little, and if they don't want to provide a little, I asked for it all. So I got a nice little flash drive. Looks like a El Cheapo flash drive. It says V-tek. V-tek. So let's see what's inside of it. Let's see what's on it. Let's see what documents he sent me. I don't really like plugging random USB drives into this computer. I really need to make me a streaming computer separately. But let's plug it in and see what we get. Ah, we got something. What do we have? Oh, we have a lot. Look at this. Wow. Okay, let's go TM50. This was done 12/16/2024 is when it was modified. So let's go TM50. We got firmware. Whoa, we got firmware. Wiring schematics. Standard base, TM50 peripheral. This is compliance. This is awesome. Thank you, Mitch. Schematics. Full sensor base. Peripheral cable. This is TM50 here. It looks like TM50 XL schematics. Firmware. Yeah, we got version 2.16, and that's the motor firmware. Because there are two microcontrollers in there. One is for the, I believe it's for the take-up board. Can't see mine. Let's see, we've got the, oh wow, we've got everything. I think this goes even back to what's, let me open up this here. So we've got the full sensor base. Oh yes, I'm looking at them. I agreed to keep these confidential. I will not make them public, but I will do commentary if need be whenever I do the wiring on this. Wow, this is full Right to Repair here. This is really awesome. Let me see. I think I can do commentary on this. Let me pull something up here. Let me pull this up here. Do the Firefox. Let me turn this files down. Okay, so like this is a, I'll just do a partial here. That's schematics of that. Let's try this here. And yes, we've got some TM50 controller wiring diagram, but these, I don't see any board schematics here. See what we got for. Okay, these are just wiring diagrams. This is not what I asked for completely. So this ain't compliance. So yeah, I'm thinking we're just getting wiring schematics. Yeah, this is just wiring schematic. This ain't board schematics. I asked for board schematics. So I'm going to have to revisit the request, I think. Yeah, those are just wiring. Yeah, that's just wiring. Okay, that would have been fine if they would have provided this on my first request on the wiring. So yeah, we're gonna have to get board schematics from them. So this is a bummer. But we got the firmware. That's a win. I don't think it's got the. Let me pull this back up. Files. I don't think it's got the. I'll have to message him. This gives him more time. I won't be strict on my deadline. I've gotten something from him. So I made it clear on a telephone call when he called me that it's going to have full schematics. So TM400 wiring. Firmware. Controller to load. But he's going to have to cover the shipping on this. I'm only paying it once, since I made sure, I was going to say full schematics, because that is not, is a peripheral cable. So, well, this is a start. I don't expect them to. I expect some pushback. So this is what we have. I will call this video done. Thank you again for watching. I will give an update if they provide the rest of the schematics, not just the wiring diagrams. So have a good day.